So in this little video, I'm going to go over how to build a double dresser. Um, it's a combination of using the base top concept and then adding in your countertop and your mirror. There's a few tools that are available with you might not be familiar with that I want to point out that will help this process along. So I've got my wall. I want to put I added a shoe unit and now I'm going to put in a double dresser. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a unit. The first thing to note that when doing a double dresser, you have to consider that as a base cabinet. It starts out as just the drawers at the bottom. I have gone ahead and added in the 5 drawer configurations that were available in the catalog um, as double dressers. You can, of course, customize these or create your own configurations. You just always have to start with a base cabinet, and you have to start with a base cabinet that is tall enough. So generally, you'll want to work with one of the ones that I've already built, or you'll need to create your own base cabinet that's fairly tall. So we're going to choose this as my base cabinet, DD4 double dresser 4. And now I want to go ahead and make all the modifications to this that I want to make. I'm not going to copy it until it is set the way I want it. In this case, I'm going to go with all 14-inch deep. I'm going to go ahead and add in. So how do I get that piece at the top? I'm going to go ahead and add in a top. Okay, so now I have my base cabinet and my top cabinet and the open space for the mirror. I'm going to go ahead and edit this unit just a little bit. It popped in with the bottom of the top unit only 66 inches off the floor. Let's say you know this guy is tall, we're building to 90. You want to go ahead and shrink the shelving at the top to give more room for mirror. I'm going to go ahead and set this elevation at, say, 72. And I'm going to go ahead and submit my changes. And then in this case, so now I do see that it shrunk down. I also want to add in a set of doors on top of my shelving up above. So that's just as simple as coming in here and popping in some doors. And I'm going to hit, oh, this actually gives me, I'm going to drop these, an opportunity to show you a new addition, which is this shelf. Drop that out. This shelf, which is a glass shelf. That's a new addition, just came this week. So you can begin adding that to your units. I'm going to drop it out and I'm going to put my simple adjustable shelf back and I'm going to put in my doors back. And I'm going to hit submit. Okay, so I've got my double dresser started. I'm going to go ahead and, because that is the way I want it, I'm going to go ahead and copy this. And paste. And then I'm going to go ahead and add another shoe unit just on the right side. Paste. Okay, now I got my 4 units, but of course I don't want a piece of vertical between 2 and 3. I want that to be open for my mirror. So if you're familiar with the different options for base upper or base top verticals, there was another little video that I'll be putting out as well. So you can, if you need to brush up on that, I'm going to edit Unit number 3 controls the vertical between 2 and 3. A unit always controls its vertical to its left. So number 3, I'm going to edit this. I'm going to make the left side vertical and open, and that will create that open space in between where I'm going to want to put that mirror. So now I have what is a traditional double dresser. It's not in the right position. We want it centered on the wall. So I'm going to go ahead and add in empty space. And I want to move that empty space to the left side of number 1. The way you accomplish that. Number 5, I want to move to the left side of number 1. So that is what move always means. You take the first unit you select and you move it to the left side of the second unit that you select, and that will move it. And then I can add in some more empty space to finish out the wall and to be able to center it exactly on that wall. I will go ahead and equalize 1, 6, and the open space. Go. So now it will be perfectly centered on the wall. The next thing I want to add is the countertop. This is a fairly straightforward process. There's a nice tool for this. It recognizes which units are base cabinets, and it will only allow you to place this countertop on a base top type unit. So then I'm going to hit go. And you can see down here that now a countertop has been added. You can see its configuration. It is 1 inch high, 14 inch deep. I do want to edit this. I do not want it to be NC surface. I want it to be 3/4 melamine. I want a 1 inch overhang at the front, but no overhang left or right because it is between 2 verticals. So now I have my countertop in place. And you may have noticed that it is white colored because I had selected melamine countertop color as antique white. So you have over here under advanced the opportunities to, you've selected your base color, and my base color is Lewis Cherry. But if I want to select just one type of piece, I can go ahead and select one type of piece over here. In this case, I wanted it to be antique white. Now I want to go ahead and add my mirror. Now this can be a little frustrating, but there are some tools here that will make it a little bit faster. The pieces of information that you need: first, the size of the mirror itself, the left offset, the position from the left, and the elevation. So let's first talk about the size of the mirror itself. Well, the width of the mirror, that's fairly obvious. That's something you need to understand. It is 24 plus a 3/4 inch vertical plus 24, so that would make it 48 3/4. But how do you, that's its width. How do you calculate its height? Well, the system actually gives you a little bit of a help here. If you click on any fixed shelf, it will tell you the approximate position of that fixed shelf. This top one, just like we set it, it was supposed to be at 72, and it's approximately at 72. If I then click on the fixed shelf above the drawer stack, click, it will tell me two things. First, it will tell me the position of that fixed shelf, which is approximately 48, which is also the elevation of the mirror. I want the mirror to be just above the drawer stack, so my elevation is 48. But then it gives you this number, the difference. Well, the difference between the fixed shelf at the bottom of my tops and the fixed shelf at the top of my bottoms is the height of the mirror. So I know the width is 48 3/4 and the height is 23.89. And I know my elevation is 48. And the last piece that I needed is its left offset. Now you could do the math, or you can just highlight number 3 and look up here and note its left position. In this case, the mirror is going to be in line with that leftmost position. So it's at 59 1/4. Now I tend to write these things down because I can't remember anything for more than 20 seconds. So now I have the 4 numbers that I need to add in my mirror. So I'm going to hit plus. This is where I add in those specialty types of materials. I want it to be this orientation, flat, upright on the wall. It will drop this piece to the lower left corner. If there is something there, it will simply, you may not see it if it's behind a drawer stack or something else, but that is always its position. But I can come in here and now I see what got added and now I edit it. The first thing that I edit is the name, Vanity Mirror. Its height, remember that was that difference that between those two fixed shelves, 23.89. Its width, we calculated that, 2 24-inch wide drawers plus the 3/4 vertical between them, 48 3/4. The left offset was given to us by the position of the left side of the double dresser, 59 1/2. And the elevation was given to us by the position of the lower fixed shelf, and that was at 48. And now it is not a piece of job material. We're going to go down to the bottom, and it is a beveled mirror. So I'm going to hit Submit Changes. And now it will go through, and we will see that the mirror has been sized and placed in the appropriate spot. If we look at it in 3D and we let it draw, you can see that it has kind of a reflective quality to indicate that it is a mirror. So that was how to draw a double dresser. I'm going to return to the build tool. And I hope that was helpful. Thank you very much. Bye.